Ta-da!
Hello gamers, Matthew here from Grey Army Gaming in Lund, Sweden. For today's video, we will be playing Day 21 of Battle for the Borderlands. Our battle today will be between the White Lions of Chrace and the Saurus Warriors. Let's go ahead and take a look at the warbands and take a look at the board. Our first warband is going to be the White Lions of Chrace using the yellow dice. They are led here by our leader, Thelanin the Paragon. He has just standard things that a white lion has. He's joined here by his 3 dogs of war. One has club with a nail in, the D6 special attacks rule. The next one has the epic flail, which is 2-handed flail, gives us frenzy special rule. And the third one has Drog's decapitator, 2-handed killing blow. In addition to the dogs of war, we have 2 regular spearmen and 2 regular archers, for a total of 100 points of the White Lions. Our second warband now will be the Saurus Warriors using the green dice, and they are led here by their leader Qalnuc, and he is a Saurus spawn leader with 3 wounds at this point. He has the Blade of Pressing Perfection, which gives him the Always Strikes First special rule. He's joined here with 2 other dogs of war. One has Elgrobus' Mask of the Fearsome Renown, causes fear, and the last one has the Totem of Bilious Curses, and the bear has the Hatred special rule. In addition to them, we have 5 more Saurus Warriors over here, rounding out our warband of 100 points for the Saurus Warriors. Here's the board we will be playing with today, a standard 4-foot by 4-foot board. The hilly country out in the Borderlands. As you can see, we have a ton of different hills, not much as far as trees and vegetation, so fairly open, something like a highland type feel. So this will be the background on which we play out our battle today. Let's go ahead and see who gets to deploy first. Saurus Warriors with green and the High Elves with yellow. So 5-2, Saurus Warriors deploy first. Saurus Warriors now choosing this side of the board, and they have just fanned themselves across this hill. We've got our leader up on top here with our 2 power hitters there, and the rest of our Saurus Warriors kind of filling this gap right here. And across on the other side of the board now, we have got our White Lions set up. They are hoping to grab the start of the turn, so they just put themselves out here looking to run up and charge up on top of this hill. Because they deployed second, the White Lions are given a 1-5. They get to decide who goes first. And there's a 4, so they will go ahead and take the first turn. The first step now is just going to be to march these guys up and walk up our archers and get them placed up here for a good position on that hill. And there are their final positions, having moved up, staying outside of the average charge range now of the Saurus Warriors. Shooting phase now. Let's go ahead and have these 2 archers who have found their positions up here. Let's have each one of them shoot over here, 1 on here and 1 on that guy. First one on the left here, hitting on a 5, and there's a hit. Wounding on a 5? No. Second one over here, same thing, hitting on a 5, and there's a miss. So that'll bring the White Lion turn to a close. We've got 2 lines staring each other down. Let's move on to Saurus Warriors, charges to declare. All right, let's go for it. Charge to declare. Let's just go all of these guys right down the line. Let's send these 2 guys into that spearman. He will hold. Let's send these 2 guys into that spearman. He will hold. Let's send this guy into there, hold, there, hold, there, hold, and there, hold. So basically matching up 1 for 1 with these guys over on this hill. All right, all of these guys need 10, so let's go ahead and roll this out. Fail 3. This guy, 10. No, almost. Fail 6. Next guy. No, fail. Oh, it's so close. And this last guy, can we get 1 guy in? No! Oh my goodness, they're all so close, but he also fails 5. Okay, here we go. This one right here is 15 inches away, so we need to roll an 11. This guy has got to get a 10. We got to roll a 10, and we need to roll a 9. So let's start out with our leader. An 11. No, he's going to go ahead 6. Next guy, 10. No, he's going to go ahead 5. These are disastrous charges. Can we get 1 in? A 10. No. And our last one, can we get a 9 at least? No. So here are the final positions of our across-the-board failure. The whole line basically just moved up, but nobody was actually able to make it into combat. So that will bring us now to the end of game turn 1. Let's flip it over and go to the White Lions. Okay, the White Lions are going to charge back. They're going to be more successful, I'm guessing, because they're a lot closer, obviously. Let's go ahead and send this guy all the way over into here. Leave these guys open for shots. So let's go send him in first. He'll hold. And we'll send this guy down. Whoops. We'll send this guy down here. This guy here. We'll send each one of those to each one of their own. So let's go ahead and just roll this guy off and see if he makes it or not. Yes, he will make it in with that one. So he'll come crashing in all the way over here. And let's go ahead and roll the rest off. Here are the final positions. We made it in with this charge. This charge made it in. These charges made it in. The only one that didn't make it in was that spearman back there. Let's go ahead and take a couple shots now. We'll have both of these archers fire one each, one guy here and the other guy here. First one here, we need a 3 to hit. Nope. Second one, also a 3. Yes, and that will be wounding on a 5. We got it on a 5. Scaly skin and shield, 4+ save. He got it, no problem. Okay, let's start out here with this combat right here. We've got a club with a nail in it for 1 attack. Oh boy, no big deal. So let's go ahead now and hitting on 3s and wounding on 2s. There's a wound. And we're too powerful, so that is enough to kill this guy, which means that these two need to take panic tests. Let's start with this guy with cold-blooded. He gets it, no problem. And the second guy, cold-blooded, throw out the highest with a 4, no problem. And we'll just turn him like this. Move that little sign out of the way. Let's go on to this next attack. We have the leader versus the leader. All right, we have always strikes first because we have the blade. So we're going to be hitting now on 4s and nothing. Coming back with 2 attacks, we're going to be hitting on 3s. Oh my goodness. Nothing going on there. So let's run up to these 3 combats right here. All right, we got great weapons here. So we have the Saurus Warriors starting 2 attacks now, hitting on 4s. Nothing. Coming back now, we're frenzied, so 2 attacks, hitting on 3s and wounding on a 2. There we go, and not strong enough to make the save, so that guy's gone. Panic test here, cold-blooded, and look at that, no problem. Got it with a 3. Next thing here, 2 attacks, hitting on 4s, wounding on a 3. There is a wound. 5+ to 6+. No, so he is down. Boom. That means we have to do a panic test for this guy right here. Leadership 8. No! And we don't have a banner, so he's going to turn around and run a total of 9 inches. See you later, man. Last one here, we got Spearman hitting on a 3, wounding on a 5. No. Coming back on 4s, and there's a 5 and a 1, and wounding on a not a 1. So that will be the end of combat. Now let's move on to Saurus Warrior round 2, and let's do some charges to declare. We're going to take this guy and charge him in, and he has to hold. Let's go over here, and we will send this guy into there, and we will send both of these guys into him, and all of them will hold. Let's go ahead and roll these out, this one and that one especially. And here's how it looks now that we made all the charges. I went ahead and sent one guy over here instead. So they made it in there. This guy's got 2 Saurus Warriors surrounding him, and we've got 2 on that guy as well. So everybody is in combat now on the Saurus Warriors side. We've got a couple elves up here, but we'll probably try to get them down in combat if we can. So let's go ahead and take on some combats. Starting here, High Elf hitting on a 3 and wounding on a 4. No. Coming back now, 2 attacks. Looking for 4s, and there is 1, and wounding on a 3. Yes, and he has, let's see, what kind of armor does he have? He's got a 5+, so that will turn him to a 6+ save. Can he get it? No, so he will go down. Next combat down the line, we've got 2 4 attacks here. So 4 attacks hitting on 4s. Only 1 attack, wounding on a 3. No. Coming back now, Frenzy, 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. There we got it. And wounding now on 2s. Oof, we got 1 guy. And he's not strong enough with his armor, so he's out. Panic test here, cold-blooded. Let's see what we get here. Take the highest out. Gets a 4. Safe. Okay, lost his combat by 1. Leadership drops down to 7. And take up the highest. It's a 5. Man, that cold-blooded is solid. Next combat here, we've got 3 attacks and 2 attacks, 5 attacks over here. hitting on 4s. Oh, horrible, horrible rolls. Wounding on a 3, yes. 6+ save, no, so we go down here to 1 wound. Coming back now, we've got 2 attacks on 3s and wounding on 2s. Boom! So that is enough to wipe out our leader, which means they lose this combat by 2. Cold-blooded down to a 6. Throw out the highest, and that's a 7. No, he's going to turn around and run. How far is he going to go? He's going to go a total of 8 inches, and let's pursue. Roll it out, 7, no. Okay, so this is how this is going to work. He turns around and runs, pursues right through here, and ends up right here. We'll put him on the top. And he runs through this guy, so he needs to take a dangerous terrain test, and he passes it. This guy will pursue and just come right here and stop an inch away from his own guy. All right, final combat here. This guy has the mask, so he needs to do a fear check. He is fine. So let's go ahead with the Saurus Warriors. 4 attacks. 2 here on the right, and we are hitting on 4s. The guy on the left has hatred because of the Totem of Bilious Curses, so let's go ahead and roll that out, but he gets both. We're going to be wounding now on 3s, and look at that, 3 wounds. 6+ saves, no. Wow, amazing. So he goes down. Fear check here. No, he's going to turn around and run. How far is he going to go? He's going to go a total of 9 inches. So spinning around here, boom, out here, 9 inches away. Mark him now as fleeing. So pretty successful combat here for the Lizardmen. We've got that guy fleeing, of course, but they were able now to have 2 more guys killed. Let's go ahead and turn us over to game turn 3, player turn 3 for the High Elves. No charges, but we have some compulsory. Let's start here with these guys. 9, no, he's going to fail and keep on running 10 inches. And that brings him pretty close to the edge of the forest and the edge of the board there. Second, let's roll for this guy. And he will get it with a 7. So let's turn him around, face him back towards combat there. Shooting now, we need to take shots from these 2 guys down onto each of those. Let's start with the archer on the left, and he will shoot the nearest, and the other guy will shoot the furthest. Hitting on a 3, no. Other guy hitting on a 3, yeah. And wounding on a 5, no. Okay, that brings us down here to the only combat we have between this white lion and the Saurus Warrior. 2 attacks here now, hitting on 4s. No. Coming back now, 2 attacks, frenzied. Oh, look at that. Hit 2 hits, wounding on 2s. Got it, boom, gone. All right, let's see here. This guy for sure is within 6 inches. Those guys are not, so we need a panic test right there. Leadership 8, cold-blooded. Yeah, no problem, 3. Okay, that is the end of the combat, and let's give a little recap now. What we see here is we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Saurus Warriors left. We began with 8, so they are below their breaking point. It's the beginning of their turn 3. They will need to take a route test. All right, here we go. Leadership 8. They do not get their cold-blooded for this test, so we need to get less than an 8. Here we go. And a 6. They're fine. So we'll continue on now into turn 3 for the Saurus Warriors. Charges to declare. Let's go here, hold, and here into those 2, and he will hold as well. Be difficult to miss. Let's roll it out anyway. No, he's fine. Boom, crashing in there. Here. Nope, fine. And the next one, no problem. Rally here. Cold-blooded, yeah. Double 1, so we'll turn him around right here. Let's go into combat now. I just realized right now that I've been playing these a little bit wrong, which has definitely affected the game. These guys have great weapons, which means they always strike last. But I've been forgetting about always strikes first, which means that then that equalizes out and we just look at initiative. These guys have a higher initiative than the Saurus Warriors. They should be attacking first. That may have made a difference in a few of the previous combats. Let's straighten that out now though and have the White Lions attack first. Starting with this combat though, we'll need to take a fear test, and he is fine, so he can go ahead and attack. Still frenzy, so attacking with 2, hitting on 3s, yes. Wounding on 2s, and we got it. And these guys cannot take that kind of power, so they are done. Last combat here. 3s. That was cocked. Yes, and a 2. Got it. Same thing here. Well, with that combat, it seems like we set things straight from the little rules error that I've been making. And what that means now is that we have 2 white lines left here. We've got 1 guy over there fleeing, and we've still got 2 archers perched up here. All we've got left here now is the 1 Saurus Warrior. Once again, he is not going to be able to get back into combat. He'll have to end up taking some route tests over and over again. If he does get in combat, he's definitely overpowered. So what we will do there is say that he, in fact, will run off the board now and flee with the death of his 3 comrades there. So the White Lions have successfully won another match. Congratulations, White Lions. And now we can roll on our leadership chart for this White Lion leader. I believe we had 2 kills, so that will bring us up to a 9. And 9 is Master at Arms. Your leader gains +1 weapon skill or +1 ballistic skill. Well, let's give him +1 weapon skill. And that will now bring him up to weapon skill 7. With that victory now, the White Lions will advance to round 4, in which they will take on, eventually, the Sword Masters of Hoth. A bit of a civil war. We have High Elf versus High Elf. The next game will be between the Dwarf Slayers and the Savage Orcs, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for joining us here today at Grey Army Gaming, where Grey can always play.